Hi, in this video we are going to see MuleSoft database module using which we are going to connect to Oracle database. Mainly we are going to see these operations. So we are going to use some insert query to insert the records to the table, delete the records from the table, and also we are going to see how to insert multiple record at the same time. So in order to do that, I'll just go and create one Mule application, which I'll create with the Mule project name db demo, and then I'll just click finish. So here how I am going to trigger my application, I'm going to trigger application through HTTP listener. If anybody is calling through HTTP request, then this particular application will get triggered. So where I'll set the HTTP connector configuration, which I'll leave everything with default, and I'll just click OK. And as it is an insert, I'll just give this endpoint as insert employee. And also we are going to insert employee, and also we are going to create some record, right? So I'll just go to the advanced and I'll just give allowed method as post. So post is mainly to create some record. So I just gave the allowed method as post, so that this particular flow can be invoked only through post method. And then database module, we have to add it. I'll click add module and drag and drop database module here. And in this exercise, we are going to use insert. I'll just drag and drop insert, and I'm going to configure the database connector configuration. Here you just select whatever the database you want, and I'm going to use Oracle for this demo. I've selected Oracle connection. We have to choose Oracle JDBC driver, which I'll use with this use local file option. Already I have downloaded the JDBC driver file from internet, which is the jar file, which is ojdbc8.jar, which I'll open it here. I have browsed that file from my system, and I'll just click OK. So once you selected, this will turn to green, and then I'm going to give my database server detail. My database is running in my machine. I gave localhost, and I have some user to connect to my database, which I'll fill it with username and password. And instance, I have already installed Oracle database with the name called ORCL, which is the default database, and inside the database only I have a table called employee. I'll do a test connection which will try to establish the connectivity to your Oracle database, which is there in this case I have it in my local, but in your case whatever the database you wanted to connect, that database server detail you need to provide it here. So mostly you can get the details from your DBA or whichever the integration team you are connecting to. They will share all the detail which you can fill it. Now I'll just give OK. And database configuration is complete. Now we have to only tell what is your table query, which we need to give it in a SQL query format. I'll say my table name is insert employee, insert into employee. So I'm just giving SQL standard query format only, insert into employee, and then values. Normally here you have to pass the values. So here what I'm going to do is, this employee table, it has three fields: name, ID, department. So these three field value I'm going to pass it, which I'm going to take it from my input as well. So what I'll do, so I'm going to pass three different input, which is name, comma ID, and colon department. So these are the three different input I'm going to pass it. So this value we need to pass it from our input. So how I'm going to pass it? I'm going to pass these values in my payload. So you just click this expression mode, and then you type payload. So I'll type payload. So you can directly give it here as well if you already know what you have to insert it, but I'm going to take that value as in a runtime, in a dynamically. So that's why I gave everything in a payload. So this payload should have these kind of fields: name, ID, department. So that should come in your payload. So that is what you're going to do. So we have filled everything, and we filled the database server detail, we filled the query, and also we have told where our input parameters coming from. It's coming from our payload. So payload is having a name, ID, department field, and I'll save this one and I'll deploy it. I'll just run this project. Once we see the deployed status, we are going to run it from our Postman. So you can use any kind of REST client tool. It could be advanced REST client or any other client. I'm going to use here Postman for our testing. I'll just post it, and this application is running in localhost 8081, and I gave the endpoint as insert employee. and then I'm going to post the data. So it should be in your request body, and then raw data, then only you can fill something here, and then you select JSON. Here I'm going to fill some details with the same value which I passed in this query. So basically I have passed three different field name, which is name, ID, department. All are in small case. I'll just give that name. And if you go to the table, right, I'll go to SQL plus. This particular table already have a record till 1025. Okay, so it's not in the order. So the demo 25 is a employee name, 1025, and testing is a department. So now what I'll do, and also you look at this, there are 24 records already available in the table. We are going to insert one record. I'm going to see this is getting increased or not. Okay, so meanwhile I'll just type again. Also I'll show you only 24 records are there. I'll come to here and then I'll type some name. Okay, so I'll just give demo 26 alone. I'll just give it, and then comma ID, I'll fill it like 1026, comma, and department I'll give it like colon, and I'll just give architecture department. Okay, so he's from the demo 26 user, it's part of architecture team. So this is your payload. So this payload we started with curly braces and closed with curly braces, which is nothing but object. So this particular object has three key value pairs. Name is one key and value is this one. Similarly, ID is a key, this is the value, department is a key, architecture is a value. So these set of key value pairs, it's enclosed with curly braces. So this is one object which is having employee information for one particular employee. So now I'll just go and check in my Anypoint Studio just to see our application is deployed or not. So it's deployed, so we are good to run. So I'm going to Postman, I'm going to run this one. So it's running. Basically it has to connect to the database and try to insert. See here, there is a 200 status coming, which means your application has received the request and it's not failed. Okay, so we will go and see the table. Earlier there were only 24 records. I'm going to run the query again. See here, there are 25 records, and whatever the record we inserted, demo 26, 1026 architecture, which is available here, which means our Mule application has received the request. Using the database module, it used the insert operation in order to insert to the database. Okay, so that is happening correctly. And similarly, if you wanted to fill or you wanted to send one more record, we can do that as well. I'll just give this name as Rajesh, and I'll say 1027, and I'll say testing team. Okay, I'll try to run this one, and this is the result. It's coming from the insert. Or if you wanted some beautiful message, right, then you can add it here. So you can add one more transform message here and drag and drop it here and say some data. I'll say JSON, and I'm going to print as an object, and I'll say message colon user, or it's employee, right? So I'll say employee created successfully. Okay, employee created successfully. So this is the response. It will come. I'll save this one. So whatever we save, right, it will get deployed now. So you'll be able to see it is initializing the app with the latest changes. And once the app is initialized, I'm going to send it. So now earlier whenever we submit, we got this kind of response, right? Now if I submit it, we will be getting the employee created successfully message. And also I just filled it, but we didn't run this one earlier. And also you come here and see, run this, 25 rows are there. The latest one is demo 26 architecture, and I'm going to run this one with Rajesh 1027, right? I'll try to run it. You'll be able to see the response message as well. See here, employee created successfully, 200. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just go and see and run again. You'll be able to see one more record. So it will come as a total 26 record. See here, 26 record, and whatever we have inserted now, right, Rajesh 1027 testing is coming properly. So this way you can insert any data using a insert operation which is available in your database module. What I'll do, I'll just quickly create one more flow in the same project where we are going to use some delete. So in order to do that, I'll use a similar HTTP listener. there what I'm going to do, I'm going to reuse the existing configuration which is already auto selected. Here I'll just keep that as a delete employee. Okay, so I'll say delete employee, and then I'm going to delete it, right? So I'll just use database and then drag and drop delete operation here. Similarly, I wanted to add a message, transform message. I'll just drag and drop, and I'll try to copy the message from the initial flow. I'll copy this entire thing and I'll just put it into the delete flow, and only the message I'll change employee deleted successfully. Okay, and then in this flow name, right, demo flow name, I'll just change this to insert employee flow, and then the one which we have just added, I'll change it to delete employee flow, so that we will not get confused. Okay, so delete employee flow. Now only error we are getting in the delete flow. I'll just go and add the remaining things. See the connector configuration which is empty, but already as part of the previous insert flow we have created some database configuration which you can select it, because we are going to connect to the same database. There only we are going to delete one record. So how to delete it? So the same SQL query you can type it, so which is delete from employee is a table name, and what I wanted to delete, I wanted to delete only specific record, and in the table this field name is ID. That field name you have to give it here, and then equal to what value or information you are going to pass it from your payload, that field name you have to give it here, which is I'm going to give it as ID only here. And then where I'm going to take ID for input parameter, I'll just click the expression mode and I'm going to say that is payload. From the payload ID field I'm going to take it, and if that ID matching and if there are any record from your table, it's going to delete it. So now we have filled all the information for the delete, and I'll just go here, same record I'll just copy and open a new window, and this also I'll give post. If you don't give anything in your allowed method, by default it will allow get or post, so I'll just give post here. And or what you can do, you can give delete here, as it is relevant to delete, you can select delete there, and you can go to the listener and go to the advanced. Here you just explicitly say delete. Okay, then it is more meaningful. So you'll save this one, and once you see deployed, right, you can run it, and meanwhile I'll just prepare the data. So our endpoint is delete employee, and then body we are going to send some request data. You can fill raw and then the JSON, and whatever the sample I copied I just put it here. So mainly for this example I need only the ID field, because that's the only input I need it. So I'll just give ID alone. So now what I want to delete, I want to delete this 1027th ID record. Okay, so now I'll come to my Anypoint Studio. See here, application has started successfully. So now I'm just going to our SQL plus, and I'll just show 1027 is already there, and overall record is available is 26. So now this Rajesh record, right, I'm going to delete it. So how I am going to delete it? In the Postman I'm just passing only the ID. I'll just run it, and you'll be able to see the message. See here, employee deleted successfully, which means your flow which has the endpoint called delete employee. So the first one is having a resource endpoint as insert employee. This delete employee flow which has a endpoint as delete employee, which we already set it, and then it went inside delete and it deleted the record based on the ID. So now I'll just go and show here. Earlier there was a Rajesh with total 26 record. Now I'll just run this again. You'll be able to see only 25 records, because the Rajesh record got deleted from our employee table. So this way you can delete the records from any table. So whatever we are doing it here, I am doing the exercise with the help of Oracle database, but it will be same for any kind of database. Even if you are having any other database like MS SQL or MySQL, whatever we do, right, everything will be same. Only thing is you will be choosing the appropriate connection, and then you will be adding appropriate jar file so that it can easily talk to your database. So now we tried only insert and delete. If I want to delete many records, okay, so then how do I do it? So we have something called batch insert. using one request or we can delete, or using one connection you can delete multiple records from the table. For example, I have a table where I want to delete 3 records. So if I want to delete 3 records, then instead of calling 3 insert separately, which will make 3 different connection to your database, instead what we can do is you can use one batch insert, which will make only one connection to your database, and then which will delete all your 3 records. So how many records you are passing, those many records it will delete it. But for this demo, I'm going to check only 3 records. So based on your incoming data, it can delete many records as well. So I'll just quickly create one more flow. I'll just go to HTTP, add listener, and this listener, this particular flow, I'll just change the flow name to batch insert flow. Okay, so here the listener, I'm just going to use the existing configuration, which is using a 8081 port. And what we have done, we want to do a batch insert, right? So I'll just say batch insert employee. So this is my resource endpoint, and I'm going to use post method only. I'll just go to advanced and I'm going to change the method as post. In the database module, now I'm going to add something called batch. Okay, so here the operation name exactly, it's a bulk insert. Okay, so basically it's going to insert bulk record. So if you have a records in a batch, right, there are many records, then you can use a bulk insert. Even I can change this name also to bulk. It's a bulk or batch, both are same because it's mainly meant for multiple records. So I'll just change it to bulk insert only. So here I'm going to use the same database config where we have already configured to connect the database details, and input parameter it says payload. Okay, so it's going to, whatever the payload it's going to come, it's going to insert. Okay, so that is your input parameter. So the previous one, right, the input parameter was coming down after SQL query, but here it is above, so that is fine. So anyway, we need to tell which table you wanted to insert, right? So that anyway you have to say similar to our insert. Even you can copy the same thing what you have done in insert. So go to insert and copy the entire query. So there is no difference. Okay, so the entire query will be same. Earlier when we run this one, we passed only one object which holds only one employee. So now when we do a batch insert, right, I'm going to copy the same query which has a name, ID, department in your input parameters in a payload, but in the payload I'm going to pass multiple object this time, which is going to hold multiple employee details. So I'll just save this one, and also I'll add a transform message as well, so that we'll clearly know this flow has been invoked and then it given some message as a response. So I'll just change it to JSON, and I'll say message colon employee records inserted as a bulk. Okay, so that is the message I just wanted to give it. I'll just save this one. So the same query we gave and the message also I gave. I'll just go to the console just to see our application has been deployed or not. So it's in the process of deploying. Yeah, it's deployed it now. So now I'll just go to the Postman. I'll go to my previous tab. Okay, so last one we did delete, the previous one we did insert, right, where if you look at it, we gave only one object which can hold only one employee details. So that employee has a name, ID and department. Now I'll just copy this payload alone. I'll come to new request. So it's a post method and then localhost 8081, and our endpoint is batch insert employee. So that's a name I gave it in my endpoint. You can double check here as well. So I just gave it like batch insert employee, and then you select raw and select JSON. I'll just copy the same JSON which is holding one object. Okay, so now we are going to pass multiple objects so that it can use a batch insert in order to insert multiple records to the table. So if you want to do multiple, then it should be a collection. So I'll just add a collection here which is array, and then I'll just close the array. See here, this is our sample, which is a collection, which is array. Inside that I have only one object as of now, which holds only one employee information. I'll just copy the same set. I'll add a comma here because I'm going to add one more record. See, I have added one more record. I just copied a comma. I have added a comma and then I'm copying the same thing. So now we have 3 records. So this record value I'm going to change it so that we can update 3 different records. I'll just go to the table. I'll select employee and then I'll see the last one is 1026 because the one which you added 1027 using a insert which you have deleted through delete as well. So that's why the 1027 is not there. So I'll add the 1027 again and then this record I'll just change it to 1028 and next record I'll change it to 1029 and this name I'll change it to tech and this record I'll change it to lightning. The first one is testing department, the next one is IT department, the last one is I'll just so the 1027 testing, 1028 I'll change it to IT, 1029 I'll change it to finance team. So now if you look at our sample, it has a 3 employee record, Rajesh 1027, Tech 1028 and Lightning 1029. So each one is from different department, testing, IT, finance. Now I'll try to run this service, which basically received by our Mule application, which is having this particular endpoint, and it received this message, which means batch insert or the bulk insert which we are doing, it didn't throw any error. And also we got 200 OK, which is a HTTP successful status as well. Now I'll just go to the table. Earlier only 25 rows available in our employee table. Now I'll just select the employee table again just to see how many records are there. It's supposed to come with 28 records. See here, there are 28 records. So what we have added? We added this 1027 with Rajesh. I'll just check it, where is 1027. See here, the Rajesh 1027 testing, the 3 rows which I highlighted, which got added recently. Rajesh, Tech, Lightning, 1027, 28, 29, department is testing, IT, finance. So these 3 records we have added using a bulk insert. So in this way, we are passing a payload. That payload is having a multiple record, and we wrote the similar query like earlier what we did for insert. But what is happening is, when we pass multiple object, it is trying to insert as a bulk, and we use bulk insert as well. When we use insert, we always passed one object only, where we pass the relevant input name or key. With the help of that, it passed those values here and inserted the record successfully to the database. So in this demo today, what we have seen, how to insert to the data to the table, how to delete the data from the table, and also how to insert multiple records into the table using a bulk insert. So this way you can use one connection to insert multiple records to the table. In this sample, I have only posted 3 records. So you can post n number of records, whatever you want. For example, even you want to post 5 records or 10 records, you can do that as well. Using one connection, it will post the data to your database. And also what differently we have tried, we have used the same project where we have created a multiple flow. Each flow is using a different method and also different resource endpoint. So this way you can have your project created with multiple flow and multiple API and multiple functions as well. So this way you can differentiate for insert and delete. And first insert I used post method and used endpoint as insert employee. Delete I used a delete HTTP method and I used a resource endpoint as delete employee. The last one I used as a batch insert flow as a endpoint, and I used a post method because we are just creating a records. So if you use if you're going to use updating a record, then you will be using something called put method. As we are creating the record, we are using a post method. Similarly, when we want to delete the records, we are using a delete method. And whatever we do right in this example, we tried for Oracle, but only thing is, whatever the database configuration you changed it, that alone it will be different for different databases. Thank you.